Right back at you on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Welcome aboard. Toronto Maple Leaf edition hour of our program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo with you for the next 2 hours. We are live on Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 590, The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Barn burner last night, boys. Toronto Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. When it's all said and done, 2 points is 2 points, Sammy.
I'm
looking at you.
Why? What?
I don't get the sense that you were overly entertained last night, but 2 points is 2 points.
Maybe I'll make an admission right here to you guys and to our audience that when I'm watching the Leafs games in years past to do my post-game show, Leafs Talk with JD Bunkus, if you want to listen to that, you can listen to it after games. I would take notes on my notes app on my phone. So throughout the game, I would be going to my notes app. But then I found recently when I'm watching these games that I'd be deviating from the notes app to TikTok and Twitter and other things. So I'd be like, oh, this is much more interesting than I'm watching.
Squirrel.
So I actually have purchased is it Hillroy or Highboy? Hillroy or Highboy? Hillroy. I've never known. So thank you for answering that. And I'm physically taking notes to keep the phone under my hand to keep myself engaged. And boy, did I need that paper last night. Boy, did I need the pen and paper last night because I thought it was a bit of a grind, but give them credit. They didn't have a lot of guys in the lineup. They found a way to win.
I guess. Go ahead, Kip.
Yeah, 7 regulars out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a lot.
mean, I can't ever recall probably, I don't know, in 20 years, seeing all of a sudden like almost half the team missing.
When your out list would beat your in list, it's you're in a tough spot, and I'm pretty sure the Leafs out list would beat their in list if healthy. So
handily.
Yeah. So I would say, Sam, my only argument to your point is I'm so interested in where the Leafs are right now. Like I'm fascinated by this, the 5-game losing streak, and we had the press conference and all these guys are out, like just what to expect. And maybe it wasn't the prettiest hockey.
Yes.
There's a lot of open ice out there. But I don't know. Like I'm riveted by what's happening with this team right now.
I think that the off the ice is a lot more entertaining than what's actually happening on the ice in terms of the adversity around the team, general manager coming out and speaking. And by the way, I got a reminder on TikTok yesterday or today that we did a clip talking about the injury stuff last year. And it was a year ago to the day that Brad Treliving spoke last year about certain things. He was talking about Matthews' injuries. So to answer our question from yesterday.
He actually said a year ago yesterday about Matthews, I'm not being cute. We're not, playing around with timelines. We just don't know.
Flying to Germany for a general checkup.
He's just more of a general checkup in Germany.
Overall body maintenance, something like that, eh?
But anyways, I just think that with that many regulars out of the lineup, a Tuesday out of conference game against one of the worst teams in the league, I thought it left a little bit to be desired. Is that fair?
Well, you can say that from an entertainment standpoint,
yeah.
But to get 2 points with that lineup and where they are, it was a gutsy effort.
I'd call it whatever you want. It just stopped the bleeding a little bit, right? Temporarily until what we see Thursday night. Just to go back to my earlier statement, like there was a good stretch during the Shanna plan where like this team just found a way to stay healthy. And it's all of a sudden, it feels like it's coming back now to balance it out in some way, shape, or form, because it's not even like we were talking about a really physical team the first 20 games where they went hard and they're just beat up. And it's like we saw one of the softest first 18 games in memory. And it's like, how are these guys even getting hurt? Lawton blocked a shot. I know that. But the other ones are right back to Austin Matthews kind of mystery. Like,
what happened with Nyes?
Nyes just, it's got to be a pulled something, a tweak something.
But they sent out the pregame thing with like how they sent out all the guys wearing their, really spectacular outfits that they wear now that there's no dress code.
I actually do like it. I'm
Okay.
pro no dress code.
But they sent one in of Nyes walking in, just like, here's Matthew Nyes coming to the hockey game, and then the next thing you know, day to day, Sammy Blais playing. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, let's pick up Craig Berube on Matthew Nyes, clip 3.
Lower body. This morning, he wasn't, I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not, so I told Sammy to be ready, and he came here tonight, Nyes, and couldn't go.
When did Nyes get hurt?
When did he get hurt? He's had a lingering thing for a while, and it got worse today.
All right, so we know hip flexor, groin, hammy, something's tweaked.
The elastic bands.
Fine.
Yeah, it's
Give
fine.
it. He'll need 7 days to calm it down.
Mhm.
Don't think we'll see him Thursday night.
I wonder if it's been affecting him the last little bit. I have thought that he has not been as effective as he was early in the season, the last few games.
So what you're getting at there is if he's going to be a couple games, if Waugh is potentially going to be a couple games, Matthew's still not playing.
Yeah, this
This is what we're seeing Thursday night.
this lineup pretty much needs to rinse and repeat.
Well, I can tell you the good news then.
Hmm.
Stetcher and Quillen were fantastic. They were great. Were they not fantastic?
I didn't mind them.
They were great.
I didn't mind them.
I know.
Fantastic is a stretch.
I think given the asks of them, and of course it's a little tongue in cheek because their grade is not the Matthew Nyes grade. Troy Stetcher looked like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Quinn Hughes skating back.
Oh gosh.
Guys, I'm not saying he's that.
Yeah.
Did he not look compared to the rest of you who don't skate like
Listen.
someone who could skate?
If I want to look thin, I go stand beside bigger people.
That's the point I'm making.
All right. So
By
you
the way,
just
I love how 2025 that was. I'd stand by bigger people. All right. Okay. I get it.
and he's known for a guy that plays a little bit like the little engine that could and tries really hard, but somehow finds his way on a different team every so often.
Yes.
I don't know what he's up to, 7 or 8 different NHL teams.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is,
Yeah.
but I liked that there was new energy in. I liked I know what you're saying, but it's not going to be a difference maker, down the road. That's the sort of kind of guy that you maybe have in a 6, 7, or 8 position.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he's an NHL defenseman, whether he is on a good team or not.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
It's debatable
No,
whether
but
he's
it's
an
not.
everyday NHL defenseman.
32 teams, he can play in the league. Can he be on a team that wins a cup? No, he's not part of your 6. That's
Where'd he
just,
come from? Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the league's
Yeah.
elite.
Not on the blue line there.
He played 8 games in the playoffs last year for them.
Yeah.
Listen,
Listen. I'm with you on all of it.
Mhm.
I just don't think that that's a viable solution to
Right.
what's plaguing them long term.
I agree. But I
Okay.
do think that if you look at who they've got, him versus Simone Benoit this year, Flint Myers for sure.
Yes.
He's ahead of him.
Yes.
I will obviously we'll see where it goes.
All right. So do you want to get Berube on Stetcher and
Sure.
feel like do we get any Quinn Hughes comments?
not
Comparables?
quite.
Okay.
Not
Let's have
quite.
a
Hold
listen
on,
anyways.
his initial review when they said, "You've got Stetcher, what do you think?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's right-handed."
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Let's have a listen.
Good game. Skated, moved the puck well, competitive. All the things like we know of him, but I really liked his feet tonight. I thought he was aggressive, moved his feet really well.
I think it's kind of, I don't know, just those guys coming in and looking so noticeable immediately says a lot more about the rest of the guys than those guys.
Absolutely, it sure
That's
does.
what JD said on our show last night, and I'd say it here again. It's just, it says more about them than it does about
Totally.
than. Anyways, like I thought Quillen was awesome. He looked big. He can skate fast. He looks like he is okay at hockey, but it's like, where Why isn't Dakota Joshua look like that once this year?
Jacob Quillen 100% has put more people on the ice with a body check than Dakota Joshua.
Yes.
Yeah, he's feisty.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just checking in on Jacob Quillen, he's 6 feet tall. And,
So
Look bigger than that.
What we got
He's 200.
was 2 guys last night that showed enthusiasm.
Hey, that's something that the
Oh.
GM was mentioning they were missing. This is the type of thing, though, that I think is reasonably not predictable, but it's not uncommon to call a couple guys up who've been dying for an opportunity and get a game like this where you go, oh, hey, mid-season energy. That's a nice little infusion of something. So, yeah, those guys were great. Why don't we...
And I think maybe more from Quillen's perspective, I don't think anything's determined in this bottom 6. Like, there's been nothing undeniable all
There's a
year
spot
long.
there.
Like, if he comes in and they have to play him tomorrow night, he has to play Saturday night, maybe next Wednesday in Columbus, and he's good for those. It's like, you may be just a fourth liner for the Leafs now.
He had 4 hits in 9 minutes.
Yes.
I think the whole idea, too, was for him eventually to take camp spot.
Quillen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but that was under the feeling that you could actually trade him,
Mm-hmm.
which never happened, and it got stretched out. But I think they were high enough on Quillen that they envisioned him as a fourth line centerman.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 20-goal guy in the American Hockey League, which is not nothing. Had some good points in college. He's 23 years old. And
Scored a rather big goal against his teammate.
Was it the national championship winner?
Yes. For Quinnipiac, I think it was 10 seconds into the overtime he scored against
When I was
Matthew
picking
Nice.
colleges, they used to call Quinnipiac quit and pack it up because your career was over. Like if you were going to Quinnipiac, that was the end of it.
Really?
And they turned their program around in the last
Wow.
like 25 years.
Yeah, well, they beat Matthew Nice's super
National
team in the
champs.
national championship. Do you want to hear just quickly wrap up the Quillen thing, hear the coach, what he had to say about him?
Sure.
Clip 6.
Yeah, I thought from last year to this year, a lot of growth. What I saw tonight in him in the game, just comfortable and confident in his play. Like I said, his speed is dangerous. He got behind our D a couple times, but overall, I thought he was a pretty good player for us tonight.
Is there anyone else down with the Marlies that are fast?
Yeah, do you guys see that thing I sent you today? Another Dom Lucian thing, just the Leafs speed, like their speed burst per game or whatever.
We've said that
Yeah.
from right out of the gate.
But 3 years ago, not the case. 2 years
No.
ago, really the case. Last year, the case. This year, really the case that they are slow.
They are. No
They are
questions asked.
factually data bad.
And I guess that's
slow.
why
They aren't-
Stetcher and Quillen both noticeable because they look like they're above average skaters.
Great point.
So,
That's a problem.
What's interesting is a lot of the guys that the tracking, like they have good top speed. Like Morgan Riley can get up to a good speed, and Willie Nylander can get up to a good speed, but they're not doing it frequently. And that could be play style or enthusiasm or whatever it is, but they're not getting to their top speed often.
But if you're poaching a lot too, to your point, you're
waiting for the play.
You're cutting the ice in half.
Thing is, he's always poached. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this year he's poaching and he looks.
We're gonna get to the game-winning goal, which was spectacular.
My lord!
that might be the nicest one this era has ever seen.
Skill that is just off the charts.
Yeah,
The backhand toe drag is absurd.
yeah.
Like that
the-
is on the fly like that.
Which
that
was
is,
up against
I don't know-
Holloway,
Was
I
it
think.
Holloway, yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't really care who it was. That was just ridiculous.
But
That was the equivalent of getting dunked on in basketball.
yes, and like I could sit here and praise it for like 45 minutes. It was that spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, if you and I put pylons around the two things he deked
Yeah.
around and tried to replicate that
But
move, we'd be
this
there all day
is
trying.
who he
And
is.
we should
though,
probably mention
right.
John Tavares holding off 3 guys
Yeah.
to
No,
do a
the
back
whole-
heel into the slot.
The whole play was absolutely spectacular.
It was.
Right? And it just goes, once again, it reminds you why Willie Nylander is a special talent, because he can do things like that we've seen throughout his Leaf career. Unfortunately, there are warts around that.
If you're going to show,
Right?
if you're going to show
You know,
someone
and
a
I
Willie
don't
Nylander
wanna-
career in a game, that
I'm
might
not
have been it.
as a pure entertainment. Like if we're talking about people spending $150 $200 a seat.
Yeah.
It's feeling rewarded on that when you see a guy do that.
Yeah.
And
He delivers.
that's the appeal as well on Willie, is that how many guys can do that in the world on skates? And this is what he knows he's capable of doing. This is what the Leafs management team know he's capable of doing. This is what the fans know he's capable of doing.
And he does it a lot.
And why he's so maddening, too.
But yes, now, unfortunately, we got to just talk about certain balances here on, I mean, how do you get this guy to next level stuff? And I'm not talking about showing talent like that.
Yeah.
But just the other stuff around him that can lift him up to eventually be a leader.
So what I like to do is get to the end result you want in something, imagine it, and then work backwards of how you get to that. So who do you want him to be? Like, what do you want it to look like? What's perfect Willie for you where you're like, that's the guy?
Yeah.
Who is it? What is it?
Yeah. Perfect Willie to me is not much more out of him, but building better around him. Like, he reminds me of a lot of a guy that I played in New York, Alex Kovalev, where he is just so gifted beyond his belief. But you would never in 100 years ask Alex to be one of your best players or a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Just not in him, right? He doesn't have the it factor to be a leader. And for you to ask me that question is me making up something that's just not realistic for him.
Well, can he be Jaromir Jagr? You know what I
No.
mean? Like, because Jagr was so elite, talented, whatever, and it's enough to help you win a cup, but he's not.
He's never going to be as physical as Jagr. He's never going to be as strong as Jagr. To me, once again, my comparable off of my career is an Alex Kovalev, where he can just blow your mind.
You're saying that because people know that everyone feels like Kovalev was the most talented player to ever play in the league and didn't get there in a way that people wanted him to.
Yeah.
Can it?
No, there's a level of acceptance too, right? That
Kovalev won the cup with you guys.
Yes.
In New York.
But it was identifying where his strengths and weaknesses were, and it was built around a Messier around him, a Larmer around him, a Kevin Lowe around him, and all these strong.
So can Willie.
But now Willie for Willie now to take on a true leadership role, I don't think that's going to happen now at this point of his career.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you just accept him, like, Willie just being Willie. But, for Willie to still be a great player for the Toronto Maple Leafs, like Matthews is going to have to come back and be a lot stronger.
Yep.
And Tavares is going to have to play, I guess, a little out of his scope now in his mid-30s. Or you still find a way to get stronger people around him in the room.
We've just seen.
But what would you
Willie.
like him? Like, what player would you think out there right now that you could say, if he was just more in tune with another 180 feet?
I think the best evolution might be Leon Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl was a very good offensive player who was a terrible defensive player, who is no longer a terrible defensive player and cares about winning, and that seems to be his focus.
Yeah.
I think it's uncommon. He doesn't have Leon's fire, but I also think that Willie has a history.
But Leon doesn't disappear for 60 minutes and then show up in a 3-on-3 event.
I think Willie has a history of showing up more than the other guys have for Toronto in big games. And he's had series where he's looked like the guy. I think that Willie can help you win in a big game in playoffs. But yeah, Willie is a unicorn in so many ways in that you can't put your thumb on him. You can't pin him down. You can't paint him in a box because he surprises you every day with something new. He's a entertainer, and he doesn't care what you think.
I used that word earlier today with somebody, And he is an entertainer. There's no question. And that goal proves it because it's a quiet, sleepy game. There was ample opportunities for the Leafs to blow it, just as St. Louis, two struggling teams. And then he has this moment, and then it's a complete showboat after the goal too, right? Like part of the entertainment package for him. Oh, watch the celly, bud. Watch
he
the
just scored
celly.
the nicest goal of the year. He points up to the crowd.
But look at that, eh? I'm telling you, but it's the entertainment value. It's to Justin's point. It's just not about the goal. It's about the celly. It's about all of it. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, that's not who he is.
Oh, my God.
He's not looking at me at all.
I mean,
he doesn't care.
Well, go around the league and look at every guy that scores an OT winner. What do they do?
He just stared down every fan in the stands with his arms up, giving him this
Watch
one.
Connor Bedard score a goal. Watch who you like.
Anybody.
Pick a guy.
They all do a big celebration.
But they were 2 points out of last place.
He scored an OT winner. He can't celebrate it?
Of course he can. But he's entertainment. He gets it. Okay, he wants to go on Instagram and show off a $60,000 outfit.
Yeah,
it's him entertaining.
Nah, Willie. You know, I know you hate the Willie thing, but like he is not. I don't think he's in it for any of the look at me things. He just plays. He just is who he is and doesn't really care.
He's an entertainer, buddy. You said it.
He's entertaining.
I would say that he is way better than I ever expected him to be.
Yeah.
Skill-wise?
No, just in terms of the player that he's become. Like, I never thought he was this good.
But he can't help you win now. Can he be a leader?
The team kind of stinks.
Can he be a leader?
Probably not.
Can the guy...
He's got a 14-point game.
Can goalie be a center?
Can the guy that gets yelled at the most on the bench by his head coach be a leader?
Well... Maybe the guy who's got a 14-game point streak and 27 points in 17 games shouldn't be yelled at by his coach the most.
And I just don't know. Like, were they doing shows in 1994? Can Kovalev be Messier?
Yes.
Can Messi?
Yes, they were.
And he can't be him. But you can still win with him, and he can still be a huge part of the winning.
You sure about that?
But where is he slotted? Where is he slotted in the pecking order?
You need, well, if they're saying they don't have a Mark Messier, they're in 27th place. We know that.
Okay.
But it's not Willie's fault they don't have guys above him. Willie's not the one to be critical of. It's that they don't have better players.
It's just it's going back to comments from years ago or months ago. It's just Willie being Willie. So if Willie takes 3 or 4 games off, there's not that much pressure on him to you wait it out.
It's Willie.
It's Willie. That's all. That's my whole point. Is like you're not going to get much more out of Willie.
Let's leave him alone.
Okay, you're still trying to draw more out of him, or next level. I don't know after 10 years where you're going to go.
There's nothing else to get out of Willie. This is who he is. So now you know what that piece is. We don't have to identify what that piece is anymore. That's what he is.
All right, let's go to Craig Berube on Willie scoring
On his own net.
on his own net first. All right, let's have a listen.
Well, I didn't quite get the whole play, but I mean, we put it in ourselves. It's just, it's what it is. But, I get it happened, but the bench was good. And the bench was like, there's good energy on the bench tonight. Real good energy. So it was good to hear guys chatter after that, and I just kept playing.
I think it's the stupidest own goal I've ever seen.
I don't know what was happening.
Well, like what is the positive outcome that could have happened batting it back to your scrambling goalie?
I don't think he batted it. I think he bunted it. I think it's a perfect bunt.
Would you like to hear his explanation? Willie Nylander, he has a great explanation of it. Let's do.
What did you see on your first goal tonight?
Snipe. No, I don't know. I was, to be honest, I don't even know what I was thinking, but it was a little bit reactionary, I think. But it was nice to feel it back in that early.
Perfect.
He's got a YouTube channel, bud. He's got to get these clips in there. That's a great clip. He's got to get great. How about what he said to Joe Wall?
I said sorry. He said it's all good. I said thank you.
Can we have
Perfect answer.
Like, we have a fleet of interns upstairs, I've noticed. Can we have one of them or two of them watch Willie's YouTube channel so I don't have to, and just tell me what's going on?
Subscribe?
I'm not. I don't know. Do you want to watch it?
I'm not. You know that's not for me.
And not for me, but I need someone to tell me what's happening on that page. What is he doing?
I don't know.
I didn't know
look
about
right now.
this $60,000 outfit you're telling me about. I didn't know about
Yeah,
that.
I think Kyper's a secret lover of the channel, I think.
But I
No,
think
I've never seen the channel.
I think Willie has an outfit of that value.
Kipper is going to be showing up on there wearing a $60,000 outfit. pretty soon.
$15,000 pants.
Is that right?
Oh, I think so.
Oh.
He's got
gold-plated.
2 videos so far, 52,000 subscribers, and one of them says back in Toronto, and the other one is summer in Sweden, and one of the pictures is him with no tarp on. So tracks.
I love that Luke, when he quotes him now, Luke Fox will throw in like a Nylander wearing a shirt said that he'll like let it. Last article is Nylander with one more button undone than necessary, and he carried on. Like we get like the tarp updates from Luke. I appreciate that.
The second video says Jake Schultz is golfing and shopping. So
Golfing and shopping sounds great.
two of your favorite things.
If I made 11 sheets a year, I'd be doing both of those things too.
Golfing and shopping would be my 2 favorite activities.
Oh my God.
The amount of hats.
I just stick to golfing.
Would you?
And
Be
the
shopping in the pro
you
shop.
want to come in the pro shop with me?
I could use another quarter zip.
Let's go to
Dressing like
Ruby
Doug
to
McLean.
describe that phenomenal overtime winner by.
Oh, I
Really?
mentioned it to the team because that's what he's all about. And that play there symbolizes John Tavares. 3-on-1, keeps the puck alive, Or Morgan gets in there quickly and makes a play, and Willie does what he does.
Does what he does,
It
baby.
was 1-on-3.
Horrible 3-on-3 until that, though. The
I
Blues
have
just
no idea how 3 guys cannot fish out a puck
Someone
on
give him a
one
shove.
guy facing the glass. Like if you want to sum up the St. Louis Blues season,
Yeah,
that play does it.
totally. Really not good on their part.
Oh my God.
But also
Well,
that
it's
overtime
not
was
good.
Canucks level bad.
Yeah, it was horrible to watch. It was just the Blues just kept circling back, and the Leafs weren't getting. What'd you think of the coach starting Domi in overtime? I was surprised by that move.
I think there's so much pressure on Craig Berube to find a way to get this guy going.
Yeah,
And you have to. You have no choice. You're not trading him away of getting any value that you think that you might. He makes almost $4 million a year. Get him going. I didn't mind it at all because this guy, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So you better find a way to get him going.
I've got 2 thoughts. One is that we should at least mention the goaltender, who was really good. And we have some quotes in here. I want to hear stuff on Tanev and
Yeah, sure.
Matthews and whatever. So I
let's-
don't know
let's-
if you're done on Domi. I don't have anything
I'm
to add on
good.
that. I agree.
they just got caught immediately. As soon as they didn't win the draw, you're like, oh boy,
Oh, yeah.
this is going to be.
I was like, that is not their 3 defensive stalwarts. Riley, Nylander, Domi is watching through fingers.
This is going to be a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while. Wall.
Yeah.
They got a real goalie.
It looks a lot like last year where you're like, I'm not sure if they were the better team, but they just got more saves.
Oh, and he made some. Like it could have been ugly again on the score sheet.
He was really, really
He
solid.
was really solid. Kyper Bourne has lost some sleep over his couple of his chances. Like they had primo
Great A.
grade A
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
to get the game winning goal, and I thought Joseph Wall stood tall.
I would say that if you're a Leaf fan looking for a reason that they may be able to weather this storm and kind of head in the right direction here in the Eastern Conference standings, I think Joel Wall, looking like he has in his first 2 appearances of the season, is probably number 1 on the list. I thought he's looked incredibly sharp.
My one concern is that you do the Stolarz thing to him where you're like, you're the goalie we have, so let's play you 5 times in 5 games. And
Well, I think
For the first time, I think in a while, they weren't badly outshot. And I know we could sit there and argue what's a shot and what isn't, and that doesn't count, and it's skewed, and it doesn't really reflect. But you can't start wearing this guy out either.
yeah, totally.
And that's why it's important they get Stolarz back as early as the beginning of next week, probably.
You'd like him back for the start of the road trip. But, I mean, at the same time, if he's worn out after, missing the first month and a half of the season and playing 3 games in a row, like, you're paying him to be an NHL goalie. You think he's one of the goalies of the future. Like, you should probably be able to play a few games in a row here.
Few's fine.
But yeah, like,
Fine's
they don't
a
have
lot.
any back-to-backs.
There's also the factor of what kept him out for a month and a half, which is none of our business, apparently. So that has to weigh in as well.
Yeah.
Whatever he was dealing with.
Well, I'm looking at the
That's
schedule.
none of our business.
I'm looking at the schedule. It's looking like a lot of Joseph Wall starts for me.
Yeah. Well, that's
You're trying to dig. I mean, I don't. If he gets hurt, like I guess he gets hurt or whatever.
You don't
like,
really help. Just don't play in your own zone.
Yeah.
Like you did in your first 20 games.
Right. Last night.
That would really help whoever's in that.
It kind of reminds me of like, if you have a pair of shoes you like, the best thing you can do for those shoes is to buy a second pair of shoes. Just kind of like let them.
I never do that. I just
wear them right to the nubs.
them out. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on year 2 of these boots, and boy, they're already starting to.
Yeah. So you hope you don't wear through the soles of this one.
But
sole's a good metaphor,
but
actually.
I think that, like, would you guys agree that is a huge reason for hope if you want them to turn it around? So
It's a really good start.
it is absolutely.
Okay, take a quick break.
Or did you want to do the Tanev conversation?
We've
Other
got some
than
stuff on the
Matthews?
optional
Yeah,
and
we
anyone
got-
returning tomorrow.
Yeah, we still got plenty to get into. Why don't we take a break
Sure.
right now?
Sure, and then
we'll pick it up on
we
the
also
back
got a
end.
few great mailbag questions too.
Mailbag questions. Sammy's got a clip from Coach Berube on an optional today that, I don't know, I get the sense that you may not like it, but we'll find out after the break, Sammy. All right?
Sure.
Yes, Sam.
Yeah.
Plus, updates on Tanev and Matthews when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne Leaf Edition. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee.
It's pretty sick, though.
Fashion critic Kipper in the break.
I'm just,
Holy crap.
buddy, listen.
Guy makes 11 sheets a year. He bought a sick outfit. Sue him. Holy crap.
Not suing him.
God. Oh. Look at you. I wear a hoodie every day. I'm not going to judge what he.
Willie's Willie.
Yeah.
Willie's Willie.
He's really rich.
You know what kills me is the NFL guys who wear chains while playing, like diamond chains,
Yeah.
like that.
Matthews wears a lot of guys wear chains.
But I feel like you're not getting grabbed like in football.
No,
You
that's
guys
fair.
A lot of
Yeah.
this going on.
There was actually back in the day,
How come the ball players?
Ball players wear the chains.
they were crazy chains.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts, it's like, how do you swing with that thing
With the
on?
bat coming
Yeah,
out.
and there was like another one he had going on
Alejandro
there.
Kirk's is like a choker. It kills me.
That's not touches.
How come, but we don't have anybody, taking pictures of them coming off the bus and
We do.
and doing all the adding of watches and chains and
Because
pants?
you know why, Kipper?
Why is that?
Because no guy in the NHL ever does anything cool, and people are desperate for it. And this guy has a YouTube channel, and he wears an outfit. First of all, it was a chain that was $52,000 that made the rest of the outfit really expensive.
And we don't adhere to dress
It's just
codes.
people are desperate for an NHLer to do something cool, and they think him wearing this outfit.
All right.
So that's what it is.
That's
It's like these
whatever
guys.
works for, I guess, that next generation.
Well, they got rid of the. Listen, I don't want to. I don't know how I'm Mr. Hoodie
Buddy,
defending the fact.
this is your era.
No, it's not.
It
I'm not
is.
that young.
I got to tell you, the picture of it's on the Hockey Forever Instagram page, and the first comment is all that to look like a car mechanic who's returning a lady's purse.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Like, they took away the dress code, which we all universally hated. I love when they just show up wearing suits. That was fine. And they're like, let's get rid of the dress code. And all these NHL guys, they show up, they're like, you like my T-shirt? What about a quarter zip? It's like, yeah, the guy wears a cool outfit. They're like, whoa, like, sick. John Tavares is like,
waste of show minutes.
John
of the
Tavares is like,
year
you like my
by
backpack
far.
again? Like, I'll wear a backpack this year. How about another hoodie? Like, they look like me showing up to the
Oh,
rink.
I love your hoodie.
Thanks. It's great. I've worn it literally 40 times in the last year.
Okay, what else you got for
turn
us
the
on our
damn
Kippers
page.
Clippers?
I don't know.
I want to
Hey.
hear about on Tanev and Matthews, Berube, Clip 10. What's going on with those guys?
Tanev's a ways away. Matthews is coming along. Like, he's improving. He obviously won't play tomorrow.
Okay, Matthews improving, Tanev a ways away. Tavares played over 23 minutes
Yeah, that's a lot.
last game.
That's a lot because his average the last few years, I think, is around 17.5. Is it not?
Yes, it is. Berube clip 8 on Tavares. More.
Yeah, it's a little. It's a lot to ask of him, but he's willing for sure. He's played pretty well. I think he's handled it pretty well, but I got to try to lower that.
He had no idea. He's like, was it 23? I did not mean to do that.
He's giving you everything he has.
He is.
Yeah.
Right?
That's probably the best deal in the NHL, what he's making.
Anyone returning tomorrow? Is there yes
No.
or no? No one's returning. Okay.
No.
We don't need
But
that.
like,
and,
I mean,
and
he's-
Tanev, I don't know. Can he get back before Christmas?
That's where we're at, eh?
That's where we're at. I think
I'm gonna-
I think there's a good chance it'll be before Christmas.
I think anytime you're concussed, return and get concussed again.
Yeah.
It's
But we're not even sure what it is. Like
maybe whiplash.
yes, there's something going on, and whatever it is, it led that whiplash you're talking about has led to something, whether it is actually his neck or concussion or
Boy.
something in his shoulder. I would bet that there's so much wear and tear on this guy, from probably knees, hips, shoulders. It could have affected him in so many different ways, just beyond what we saw.
I tell you, I didn't like any of the words you just said. Didn't like them.
Bad set of words.
Yeah.
Which
Just it's bad. Like nothing about that sounded positive
Yeah.
or hopeful for Chris Tanev and the future of his 6-year
honestly,
contract.
what's hopeful is that they don't rush him back, which they're not. I was told right from the get-go they're going to be very careful with this, and they are. And as we knew just prior to last night's game, in many ways Rome was burning, but they're not in a position to rush this guy, which
Good.
I'm sure
They
he's
shouldn't.
Yeah.
thankful for.
Not when you've got Troy Stetcher, McCarr.
Stetch. I was just looking at the top scorers in the NHL. John Tavares tied with Cale Makar and Jason Robertson, 1 point ahead of Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, Bo Horvat, and Dylan Larkin
For
Yeah.
what's that,
For-
10th in the league or
for
something?
four-
and that's with
for
a
$4.5 million.
that's with a power play that's almost non-existent.
Good point, yeah.
He's
Right?
been
So that's how you're getting everything out of this guy, and he's so good around the net.
Tough to, yeah. You worry about
McKinnon
later
has
in the year.
33 points in 19 games. Plus 19.
Yeah,
My
the
goodness.
the top 5 scoring leaders. Oh, Canada, right?
Yeah, I know.
What do we got? McKinnon, Bedard.
It's McKinnon, Malcolm Celebrini, Connor McDavid, Connor Bedard. And would you like to know who's in 5th?
I know who's in 5th. Mark Scheifele.
He is tied with somebody else who likes $60,000 outfits.
Ooh, Bill.
Yeah. Just
Mechanic Bill.
having a tough go this year. You guys want to do a mailbag?
Optional. I
Oh,
mentioned
okay.
optional. Why did you put this clip in?
Because we were talking about it earlier, but
You
the
think they should
moment's
all-
passed.
Practice now. If you're healthy, get on the ice.
Well, they look like a team that could get the couple pucks out and maybe do some drills, but
Yeah.
they said that, I mean, play the clip. Sure, play the clip if you want.
Clip 7.
Clip 7.
Well, it's some rest for guys, right? A lot of minutes for a lot of guys. So just run an optional, and then we can have a morning skate tomorrow.
So there you go. It was just because those guys played 25 minutes last night. I'm going to do a couple mailbags. You guys okay with this now?
Yes.
From Fred Pant Pleat. Okay, like Pant Pleat.
Yeah, I like it.
Very
Fred
good.
Van Fleet.
No, Pant Pleat. Like a. Anyways, it's a very weird name. Sorry, buddy.
We got basketball guys calling in. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a basketball guy now. You see my hat?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm intending to watch my first Rappies game tonight. So,
Nice.
Positives that aren't being discussed. Cowan is legit. By midpoint of the season, could be an impact player. Robertson is a bona fide top 6 forward. Wall has looked excellent in his return. And Waugh is the truest 3C of the Matthews era.
3 for 4. 3 for 4. Cowan is legit. Cowan is absolutely legit.
Yeah, he was their prized possession here. He's the one that continues to get asked about in any trade. We knew he was going to start. He's still a rookie, and there's going to be times when he feels a little anxious and a little overwhelmed, but it's going to get better at Christmas, moving on. And yeah, he can contribute. A great forecheck.
Yeah.
He hunts pucks down. He's got great energy. There's so much to like about the guy.
What hand is he? Right shot?
Heading into snake
Left.
bit territory,
Left.
though.
Left shot.
Left.
So he's going behind the net yesterday in the D zone,
Yeah.
and he's going to rim it behind the net, and the Blues player is going to cut him off, and it looks like it's going to be trouble, and he holds,
Yeah.
slides it right in front of their crease to their D-man, and they break the puck out, and it was like, oh, that was so nice to see. Just like patience, poise, puck plays. Loved it.
London Knight.
Uh,
Dale Hunter.
There you
yeah,
go.
great. Yeah, love it.
Accent, True 3C. Yep.
Listen,
you're-
I'll bite my tongue, okay?
Thank you.
I know you and him are tight, so I'll bite my tongue. I'll respect my buddy Kyper, but not him. Can we please start the JT Team Canada conversation? I understand he probably won't make it, but the guy is out of the gate like a rocket ship. Pedigree guy, rich history with Hockey Canada, a pro's pro. Can we at least talk about it?
Okay.
Yeah.
They need 4 injuries.
I would like them.
He's not fast enough, guys. He's not quick enough. That's not his game. His game is offense around the net and maybe working the boards and the walls. And he cannot get up and down the ice in that environment. That's not his strength.
Yeah. He is currently, it is NHL ice, and he is as you mentioned, top 10 point getter this year, wins faceoffs, all that kind of stuff. I can see a world where you're going, if there's some injuries, okay, Stone's hurt, a few more guys are out, where you're going, he's in the conversation to me of, 4 or 5 guys away.
When when David Amber, our beloved DA, puts together the all snubs team, I would like him to be the second line center on the all snubs team.
Let's not have a repeat
Okay.
of last year's all
Is that fair?
disaster.
Is that fair just to put him on the all snubs
Yeah.
team at least? Like, he's had a great year, and I think just to have the conversation.
Yeah,
he's
no.
owed that, but I agree.
For sure.
I agree. He's
For
not.
sure.
He's not. Have you looked at the rosters that we
Was
potentially
it,
are
was
sending?
it
It's
last year,
ridiculous.
2 years ago, where he
Here we
he
go.
captained the world championship team?
Is that right?
Yeah, we know
I don't know.
Kipper. Yeah, they
Fifth?
lost in a shootout to Switzerland.
Sixth?
They lost in a
He-
shootout to Switzerland.
He, for forwards
He was
that
also there when they won gold multiple
have
times.
to get
Yes.
in.
And he was the captain of the World Juniors when they won gold medal multiple
Yeah.
times. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's just
Is that 16 or 17
my
years ago?
this
Sammy?
guy today. This guy today.
Bedard and Celebrini there, Scheifele, Suzuki there. So there's 4 guys coming out. I can give you Konechny out and
Yeah.
Okay,
So
maybe
Celebrini in.
Torelli. Okay.
Yeah.
After that,
Mark
the next
Scheifele.
the next guys are up. Yeah, I mentioned him.
Okay.
After that, it's like Horvat, Wilson, Tavares are the next 3 options that are most likely.
Yeah.
It's just for me. It's the speed's the concern. The footwork
I
is
think,
the concern.
Yeah, they play him like probably 11 minutes a night or something. I wonder if I think he could do it.
Don't you
lot-
want? Yeah.
a lot of JT related questions today. This one's from Risa. Do you think, with everything that's happened up to now, that Treliving regrets stripping the C from JT? I do.
It has not worked out in any way, shape, or form like they were hoping. So I do believe that probably it would have been best just to leave it as is. But I don't think they had any choice. I think Matthews was expecting it.
But
So
they
I'm
did
not
have a
saying because
choice.
I'm thinking. I don't know. But so this is Matthews' first year, right?
Second.
Second year as captain. Yeah. I don't know. Probably not. I doubt he regrets it.
Okay.
I do think it's part of having your franchise guy who people look to anyway, whether he's the right guy for it or not. He's who people look to. He is the captain here.
Can we look into the future for a second? Picture this. It's the end of February, about a week away from the NHL trade deadline, and the Leafs are firmly in 3rd place in the division. Okay, Leafs
Checks out.
fan Ledsy. In brackets, still a very realistic outcome. Assuming everyone is healthy, does this feel like the right season to trade away Nick Robertson for more defensive support?
That's where they're stuck.
What do you think you're getting? Like,
Well, if they're going to be in 3rd, he's going to be good lighting it up. Like, he's playing in the top 6. He's going to be one of their forwards that's like producing for them. So
It's one of those things. It depends who you can get.
Yeah.
And then I can't see anyone willing to trade someone who moves the needle for you defensively
Yeah.
is going, who we need is Nick Robertson. I just can't see that playing out.
if
like
Nick's
that.
going really well, somebody's not. Michelli, You know,
Yeah.
something's.
And you'd rather just keep Robertson, probably find another way to get that addition. I will say that the toughest decision will happen if the Leafs are in that exact scenario. You go, are we going for it to be what? To be what? You know, and that's where the Leafs are. They got to get a lot better to even get there.
If they're in a playoff position, then they believe that they could get to a conference final or Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
Then so you're gonna swing. They got to swing.
You know,
I don't know. Even with minimal assets, they're going to have to try to do something.
You know, I did have the thought last night. I was like, God, that would have been a great loss for the tank. That thought crossed my mind.
The tank's not happening.
That might cross my mind. It's like, you know, that the Blues are going to be down near the bottom.
If Brad Treliving did anything yesterday, it was to reaffirm Berub's not going anywhere, and we ain't tanking.
Yeah. Carlos on Twitter. Who has the best goalie mask in Leafs history? Felix the Cat, Cujo, Eddie the Eagle, Wall, Toskala.
I'm full. This is all you, and you if you know. I don't know. I've never been a mask guy.
I'm so easy on that one.
Eddie?
I'm going like right to my youth.
Palmatier.
No, before that, Doug Favell had a maple leaf,
Oh, it's amazing.
a blue maple leaf that started at the nose and went under his eyes and right to the top of his mask. And it was just, it didn't even say Toronto Maple Leafs in it. It was just solid blue maple leaf.
All right.
And it was the coolest.
Yep.
Doug Favell.
Favell. F-A-V.
Yeah, it's an excellent mask.
Thank you.
I like that pick a lot.
Very nice.
You're officially that being your favorite mask,
Now
and
I'm
Willie
old.
being mad that Willie wears a $60,000 outfit is just the Venn diagram is just a circle.
I'm not mad at him. I just reiterated what's important for Willie and the image
I know.
and the whole entertainment package.
So-
By the way, I didn't say Willie and entertainment. You did.
Yeah,
For the record.
I said he's
an entertaining guy.
Yes.
Yes. Like Eddie Shack was.
Stolar's is
Who?
No, I don't know who Eddie Shack is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Top shop.
Last year Stolar's mask was epic. It was like that shimmery, like chrome dome helmet with like the blue. You didn't notice this?
How many games did I watch last year? Every single one?
Never noticed?
Never noticed it once.
Okay.
I've never.
But my favorite will always be Cujo. Cujo was my favorite goalie. He broke my heart into a million pieces.
Yeah,
when he
Cujo's.
left. But Cujo's helmet was incredible. Eddie the
Yes.
Eagle,
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's funny how
but
brains work though, because like I'm
looks
not
a cat, too.
against caring. I don't try
Yeah.
that. Like my brain doesn't do that.
Look, are people aware that when I was like 7 years old,
Oh,
I
yeah.
painted that mask?
Oh yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Is that a Billy Smith
That's mine.
replica?
I've had that mask for 50 years. I painted that.
Who would have
with,
worn that?
With model paint that I painted my little cars with.
That's pretty cool.
So
I'm a mask guy.
You're the mask guy. I am going.
Put it on, Sammy.
I'm on the broadcast.
Put it on.
It'll
This
break
thing is
forever.
gonna give me. I gotta get a tetanus shot if I put this thing on.
Sammy, don't be talking about my family like that.
I can't.
I'm going on the Oilers broadcast
Oh
tonight
my
on
God.
the national show.
Jason.
Yeah, okay.
And,
Nice.
and we're talking about NHL players who are one of a kind. Like people, there's no one like them in the league. And I don't know if I should. Hopefully, the people on the panel aren't listening, but I'm going to do Billy. I'm going to do Billy Smith. He was out of his mind
Out of his mind.
in like the best possible way. Eddie Shack, you mentioned him. He was one of a kind too.
Clear the track. Comes Shaq. Right? Is that right?
What, did you research that?
No, I just I had my grandpa and my dad love hockey. Like there's a reason
It's a phrase I've heard.
No, yeah.
But
I interviewed him once.
there was one game, I don't know if you've ever seen it, where I think the St. Louis Blues are chasing Eddie Shack all around the ice trying to catch him, and he's running away from them.
Just booking it.
And with 360s.
He's going, clear the track for Eddie Shack.
One of the first things I ever did for when I was an intern at 680 News, I went to Maple Leaf Gardens, and it was Bauer and Shaq, and I have a picture with Eddie Bauer and
Eddie Bauer?
Eddie Bauer. Let's go.
Johnny
Bauer
baby.
and Eddie
Speaking of clothes,
Shack.
that is the $60,000 outfit you'd wear.
Yeah.
Eddie Bauer.
All right. Thank you to the Toronto
we gotta
Maple
go.
Leafs for alleviating with a win last night. National next. It's the National Hour on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. We are live on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. If you don't catch us live, download us at your convenience on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. I saved Sammy a ton of messages as I got him to swap out the Toronto Maple Leaf jersey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For
how would people survive?
Ted Reeve Tornadoes.
Go Nados! Yeah, it's Ted Reeve is the rink near our place there. My son plays for him. That's Brad's jersey there. He does a lot of work with the minor hockey program, so we got some people here to sign it for him. Ted Reeve Thunder is the AA, AAA program there. But Ted Reeve, that rink.
Classic rink.
That's where Youngblood, some of it was shot.
Yes.
I think the shootout or the penalty shot.
Yep.
It's all Youngblood, an unbelievable movie, but just
Really
a
good.
classic hockey barn, a really cool barn to have for your home rink. And they run a great program there.
Once upon a time, like early in my working at Sportsnet or the Fan, they put out like a call out to like players to go be in like a Hockey Night in Canada promo.
Yeah.
And I went and did it. And I was in like the opening shot of Hockey Night in Canada at Ted Reeve.
No
and
way.
they did it there, so it was cool.
That's awesome. It's a great
Saw a
great barn.
Toronto rink, if I'm not mistaken, Weston Arena that's it's being demolished.
Yeah.
And people,
It's a
just
classic.
classic. And I'm not sure if Youngblood was filmed there or not. Off the top of my head, I want to say yes, but
Yeah.
it sucks
I mean,
to see these
have you been there before?
historic buildings.
Western Arena?
No.
Oh my God, it's
Legendary.
classic.
Okay.
Classic.
It's a classic barn. And
Yeah.
listen, I think there's like a petition somewhere. if you
Oh,
wanna try to-
there's,
like, if you want to. If you're fired up about it, go sign the petition, try to save it. But I played at Mimico Arena on Saturday afternoon. Like I love the classic city barns around here. They're just
Really,
amazing.
really cool.
So
We got a treat for you in a few minutes. Mark Spector, senior columnist for Sportsnet.ca. We have not had Spec on for a while.
Spec knows the Oilers,
Right?
and we need to talk Oilers.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's, to be transparent, Leon Draisaitl called us and said, I don't want to ever see Spec on your show.
We said we don't care.
we're journalists.
Right in Leon's eye.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding, everybody.
Great observation.
Oh my God.
Be interesting to get his thoughts on the Oilers as we close in on American Thanksgiving.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna get into
Yeah,
Oilers,
go ahead.
but we had finished our Leafs hour talking about goalie masks.
Yes.
And
Are we getting some
no,
fans?
people sent us some tweets. So maybe non-Leafs edition. What do you think is the best?
All-time coolest
Well,
goalie
goalie
masks.
masks.
You just said
Cheevers?
Jerry Cheevers with the
Yes.
stitches
The stitches.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Who would have pioneered the new looking, like I'm looking at Grant Fuhr, there's some transition into the cool era masks.
Yeah.
He had some good ones.
I'm sure it was
Yeah.
very similar to like guys who have moved from the full on, like the baseball one to the goalie helmet one.
Jimmy Rutherford, when he was in Detroit, now obviously running the Vancouver Canucks, had two wings above his eyes, which was really cool too.
They're like eyebrows.
I do think that the greatest all time one is Red Eddie the
mask.
Eagle. Red Eddie the Eagle on the Blackhawks
Yeah.
will always be the number
There
one.
was
That's a
okay.
great
I
deck.
want to say Graton with a tiger or just this vicious animal with teeth
Yeah.
and fangs, and I can't recall
I gotta
which
say,
team.
you're not a jersey guy. You've liked the masks.
But
You're into the
I'm
masks.
already designing one for the Tornadoes at Ted Reeve Arena.
I do
My
think
pal Leon Ballas.
I do think in hockey it's a lot harder to like express yourself in terms of how you look. Like you can tuck your jersey in, you can have a different looking helmet, you can, wear a chain, grow a beard, wear a $60,000 outfit to the rink, something like that. But for a goalie, it's like it's a way to express your personality.
It's why people become goalies.
Yeah.
You get to be
Real big
unique.
part of your identity.
Absolutely.
And a guy that needs no help with his identity, especially when he walks into the Edmonton Oilers dressing room, our very own Mark Spector, senior columnist with Sportsnet.ca.
Look at that background.
Spec.
Where are you?
Hey, between runs, thanks for joining us. For those of you that cannot see Mark Spector right now, we assume that's Mount Everest behind you on your Zoom.
That's actually Siberia. Leon Draisaitl gave me a one-way ticket.
Hey, how's that going, by the way? Have you guys gone out for lunch on a few occasions?
Leon and I, we get on. We do just fine. Yeah. He's him, I'm me. Sometimes we meet in the middle. Sometimes we don't.
we wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Hey, wait a second. I'm interviewing you. You were a player forever. Did you ever have a reporter that you couldn't stand and wanted to punch in the face?
But none of them stood there long enough for us to ever get anywhere on anything. So the quick answer is with fourth liners, no. We're like, hey, you want to talk to me today? No.
I'm available. Oh,
How many times can you hang around before you get the picture, right? Let's get into the Oilers a little bit here and where they are after two incredible runs to the Stanley Cup final, and yet we expect them to be right there again, Spec. So does that play after two runs in the first 20 games, or are we seeing something more?
Their record this year, they have 2 less points at this moment than they had last year. Their record is, I think they're 9-8-4. Last year they were like 10-7-4 or something. So, and they went to the Stanley Cup final. They've got the core of their team are the same guys. They've done this 2 years in a row. 2 years ago they were firing Jay Woodcroft a couple weeks ago. So, it's hard not to be alarmed when you watch them play right now because they look awful most nights. But big picture, you got to have some patience and stand back and say they've done this twice in a row and gone to the Stanley Cup final. I'm not telling you they're going to the Cup again, but I am telling you it's probably too early to write them off if you're a guy that goes on history the way I do.
So, Mark, looking at the guys around Leon and McDavid, which are obviously the reasons we all believe that this Oilers team will continue to contend, do you feel as positively about the current supporting cast as the versions they've had the previous 2 seasons?
Well, it's a good question. The biggest worry, I guess if I was concerned, the biggest concern for me wouldn't be sort of new guys. Like Andrew Mangiapane is a new guy. He hadn't been very good. I assume they'll figure it out. Maybe he won't. Who knows? Jeff Skinner kind of was that guy last year. But to me, Bourne, the guys that you should worry about are the guys that have been there for a few years. Like, why is Darnell Nurse having such an awful start to his season? Why is a solid, steady third pairing guy like Brett Kulak not playing very well? What happened to Jake Wallman's game, right? He's a pretty good defender here when they won 3 rounds last year, went 6 games. This year, he's not. So that's kind of the thing for me. Trent Frederick, he hasn't really done it since he got here. I think it's fair to worry about him. But the guys I would worry about are the guys who we've seen do it on numerous occasions. And for whatever reason, through the first quarter of this season, they are not doing it.
Spec, the first 3 names you mentioned there were, I think, Kulak, Nurse, and Wallman. Any connection on the D core? Is Paul Coffey's absence part of it? Is there any reason why their D would all be struggling?
Well, it's a results industry, boys. Like, let's turn it around. If your ratings stink, I'm looking at 2 other guys next month, right? If you're Mark Stewart and you're the defensive coach and all your defensemen can't find their game and none of them are playing very good, we're looking at that coach and going, what's happening here, Mark Stewart, right? I've never been a guy to blame assistant coaches for things. That's not what I do. But reality is reality. That defensive core, by and large, went to 2 Stanley Cups in a row, and right now it can't figure out a thing. And at some point, right, we're not cleaning out 6 defensemen. We're going to be looking at the coaching staff and saying, what is happening here? And tell me again why we don't have Paul Coffey kicking around, because when he was here, we were going to Stanley Cup finals.
Spec, there's so many places we can go around Connor McDavid, as we often do on these shows. Let's just start with the contract and the decision to leave money off the table, which, okay, on another day we could sit there and say where his future lies. That's not where I'm taking you. Where I want to take you is the perception that he left money on the table so he can build a better team around him. I'm asking you, has that already happened with extensions to Ekholm and Wallman and Trent Frederick's contract, and even bringing in Roslovic, even though his contract's at $1.5 million. Is that already started, or will we see more of it next year with the money that he left on the table?
Well, fair enough. And I think those ones had to happen right away. Like, obviously, you're signing Bouchard. You know, you have to sign him. We can talk about his game at the moment later, but you're signing him. Ekholm took a nice pay cut. So my point would be this: yes and no. Yes, it's about down the road more so. Next year, when McDavid's new contract kicks in, it's kicking in at the same number. It's not going up $7 million, right? So really, it's next summer when.
But can they use that space now? He wants to win now.
Well, his contract's his contract already.
Yeah.
The contract, the money savings doesn't happen until next year, theoretically.
But there's still issues with the cap to get better players, is there not?
Hey, find me a team in the league where there isn't issues with a cap to get better players. Like, yes, they wish they had an extra bunch of money. But I'm here to tell you, like, I'm going to say this. They have cap. They're right against the cap like a lot of teams. They've also gone to the Cup 2 years in a row and won the Western Conference Final 2 years in a row. So being capped out and being a winner, can be an issue. Being capped out and wondering if you're ever going to make the playoffs, that's a real problem. So, yeah, they're capped out, Kyper. All the good teams are capped out. But you got to say this. They're capped out and they're winning. I know they haven't won the Cup. They're capped out and they're winning the conference. I'm not sure what more you want from a team. Tell me.
Well, more help for Connor.
Well,
better players, a trade, something that can help him get over the top.
Like, let's go. I think you're going straight at the goalie, because that's where I'd be going if I was you.
And
so,
how long can they wait there?
How long can they wait until there's a deal to get made? Like, I'm the same as you guys. I'm writing columns saying, Stan, I'm looking at all the goalies in the league. I don't see a deal out there. But guess what, Bowman? You make whatever you make, $3-4 million US. It's your job to find that deal. But what I'm not seeing from all the guys on our side of the camera is, what's the deal? Who's the goalie, guys? Does anyone have a hot clue who the goalie is?
I certainly don't have an easy suggestion for him there, like looking around. Is anyone, it's...
Who is it?
Saros is from Sam McKee off camera. I don't know. Can you get UC Saros out of Nashville?
How's he playing?
Not great.
How many years does he have left at 7.4?
Yeah.
He's got 7
lots
of them.
and lots and lots, yeah.
Right? So, yeah, okay. Let's say Saros is the first one. Give me the second one. And maybe
Binnington.
The third. I don't mind Binnington.
Yeah.
I don't mind Binnington one bit. And he's talked to Doug Armstrong. Absolutely. So my point is this. I'm not letting Bowman off the hook, right? This team needs a better goalie than Stuart Skinner. Full stop. And he gave the big bucks to go out and find that guy. Full stop. Don't ask Justin Bourne and Nick Kypreos and Mark Spector to figure that trade out. We're not making Stan Bowman money, right? He took the job. Go find the goalie. Let's go.
Yep. Good on the goalies?
Yep.
I guess Trent Frederick is probably the next question, because you look at the absence of some of the sandpaper that left in the offseason. Perry, Kane, Brown, if you want to include them, Arvidsson. You've had this conversation with Trent Frederick, as I've seen. I can't quite make sense of it. I've seen this guy be a good player, and I thought he was a good ad for the Oilers. What do you make of his game right now and why it's where it's at?
I'm not sure. Like, Kyper, you know this. You can't just say to a guy, go out, score goals. Like, that's, some guys score, some guys don't. But tell me if I'm wrong, Nick. Can you not say to a guy, go out and play physical and get in people's faces and be a pain in the rear end?
That should have been an automatic. Okay. That's what you traded for. I know he had the ankle issue or the foot issue to come in. He got a little bit of a benefit of the doubt when he returned eventually last season, even though they still went deep in the playoffs. But that's the one that stings the most, Spec, is that he's not having a consistent look. How can Corey Perry have a consistent look of pissing people off at his age, and Trent can't do it off of an 8-year deal?
Okay, I'm with you. And that's why it's been, I think everyone can live with Trent Frederick if there's not a lot of goals going in. He's a 13 goal player. No one's on this team, they'd settle for 10.
Mm-hmm.
But there needs to be a presence. I'll tell you what needs to happen. When Nick Seeler is throwing Connor McDavid all over the ice in Philly, somebody not wearing number 10 or number 25, Darnell Nurse, someone's got to step up and protect the best player in the game and your captain. And I'll tell you right now, if Frederick's not scoring, not playing very well, not playing very many minutes, oh my goodness, could he not do that?
Yeah.
So there's not enough physicality on this team to start with in my liking. And the guy who's charged with that job for the next 8 years, he better start fulfilling that.
Is that enough for Connor McDavid just to look around the room and go, another reason why I didn't commit 8 years?
I suppose. I mean, sure. I don't know. You've been in rooms a lot more than I have, but I'm not telling you that he loves it. I'm not telling you that's the kind of thing that's going to make him leave. I'm not telling you it happens very often. This isn't a physical team. Other teams can do what they want to McDavid, frankly. There's not many guys here doing anything about it. That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, it bothers me. Like, there's times I sat there and said, if I need to get suspended 2 or 3 games, that will be the best money I've spent protecting some of the guys.
I wonder, does the return of Zach Hyman help here at all? I know that he's not, a pure fighter, but he will, if he has to do it, he's shown he's willing to. Is his return going to help the Oilers get back to where they're trying to get?
Yeah, like he drags guys, that's the old cliche now, he drags people into the fight. He goes out and he puts the body on people, and other guys go, hey, the last guy, we had a couple hits the last shift. I'm coming over the boards. I'm going to play physical too. Sure. He also can score 45 goals in a full season. So, and he's a really smart, intelligent voice in the dressing room. He's a real leader. Like, everything about Zach Hyman he's a pretty awesome player.
Yeah.
And, he's playing his rear end off right now as fast as he can to try to get back in the Olympic conversation. And I'm not saying he can't, but he's very motivated at the moment.
We just had a conversation on John Tavares in our Leaf Hour edition about being motivated. No question he is. His numbers do support it. Is Evan Bouchard a guy that you think is playing with that constantly on his mind? I know Justin tweeted the other day that he's saying, yes, put him on.
People yelled at me. Spec, they yelled at me.
Did they yell at you?
They yelled at me.
They yelled. And that was just me and Sammy.
He's picked his game up, let's say, the last couple of weeks, and he's starting to look a little bit like Evan Bouchard again. And, listen, I think we'd all say that the Evan Bouchard we see in the playoffs every year can play on that Olympic team. The Evan Bouchard we saw for the first 18 games this season barely can buy a ticket to get into the rink. So it's in his control. Play like yourself. He's a good enough player to play on that team. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. The question is he a good enough player this season to get picked for that team? So far, no. But there's a few games left to go here.
Yeah, that track record to me seems long enough to have a pretty good idea of what he is. And you look at the options there, whether it be Travis Sanheim, who made the last team, or some of the other people, Brandon Montour is a name I hear kind of mentioned. I had some Oilers fans. Certainly there are a lot of people who are like, absolutely, he should do it. But some people are like, look, I'm an Oilers fan and no. Do the big gaffes, are they bad enough that you feel like you wouldn't trust him in that spot, or would you watching feel like this is a kid who can handle those moments?
Well, as long as the big gaffes continue, no, he'll never make that team. Yeah. I'm being straight out honest with you. And he spent 15 games this year making the big gaff, and the puck is in your net, man. And Doug Armstrong, I was in the building on the island when Julien Brisebois was there, either scouting for Tampa or Team Canada, and Bouchard was responsible for 3 goals against. So that won't help him make the team, boys. Newsflash. So he's got to play like Stanley Cup Bouchard, and if he does, we have a completely different conversation. Yeah. But until he does, I don't see a path for him to make that team. No.
You're watching and listening to Mark Spector, senior columnist with Sportsnet.ca. So, covering the Toronto Maple Leafs in our first hour, we're looking at the Atlantic Division, and I described it as a dog's breakfast.
Generously.
When we see the Pacific and the challenges that the Oilers have, where do you put the faith on some of these teams that we haven't necessarily seen above them right now, like a Seattle or Anaheim?
I think that, history tells us that not all of the guys, like I know we got the American Thanksgiving thing in hockey. I know that. I'm well aware. But if you're telling me that both Anaheim and Seattle are going to come from out of the playoffs and into the playoffs in the Pacific in the same year, yeah, I'm not buying it.
No.
One of them? Yeah, maybe one of them, Anaheim, can they avoid a real ugly 10 games? They built themselves a little bit of a cushion here, right? They got like a 5-game losing streak that they've already covered off on that. So good for Anaheim, man. I don't mind them, but both those teams aren't going to make it. There's still Vegas out here. There's still the Kings out here. There's still Edmonton out here. One of those two teams isn't going to make it, Seattle and Anaheim.
Yeah. So just to dive back in on the roster a little bit, the one bright spot, I guess, Jack Roslovic, is this a sustainable thing? Yeah. I think he's playing top line for them tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I'm never sure what they're doing with their lines. They got a bunch of injuries now. They only have 11 healthy forwards. Jack Roslovic, I'm the first guy to say it. Like when he came, I did all my research, talked to my scouts, talked to my reporters. The deal is fast, skilled, give you great 10 games, and then he goes away for a month and a half. That's been his career. That's why he's played for 5 teams, right? This isn't Spector's opinion. He's played for 5 teams. There's a reason for it. But here in Edmonton so far, we're 20 games in, and he keeps bringing it. He keeps bringing it. He's their best winger. And if your top 2 right wingers on your team are Zach Hyman and Jack Roslovic, and Jack Roslovic plays the way we know he can play, and he doesn't go into one of these 2-month lulls, I think you're really stocked and stacked at right wing in your top 6. So he's been great. I hope he doesn't fall off the cliff. Like, I hope for his sake, he's a veteran. Maybe he figures it out. Maybe he gives you 82 games this year. If he does, the Oilers are good.
I know you said earlier you don't make $3 or $4 million like Stan, but maybe you do with Sportsnet.ca. I don't know. You're pretty good, but if you did with Roslovic, would you be tempted on an extension, or would you just make him go all the way to the end here? On a 1-year deal.
Well, we got to get right to the end of the season. Yeah, for sure. Listen, we just talked about them being capped out. Can they afford? What's he going to be worth next year, guys? Let's say he scores 25 goals.
Yeah.
Let's say he gets 50 points.
Well, that's his idea. That's for sure.
Sure. Next to Draisaitl, what's he going to be? Is he going to be a $7.5 million player?
Not a chance. But
as a UFA out there, I'm not sure. You know. So my point is this: if he does all those things, I like the player. Don't ask me to dig into their cap next summer yet. I don't know where it's going to be.
Okay. All right, Spec. Great stuff, buddy. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the mountains out there.
Yeah. Does anyone know when the train gets here?
Thanks, Spec. Appreciate your time.
All right. Mark Spector, everybody.
I love that backdrop.
That's awesome.
So he's kind of like Larry Brooks, right? Old time.
Yeah.
Not scared to challenge guys, get in their face, you know. God rest his soul. Larry was that guy for the Rangers, and interesting the way he conducts his business.
I do like the.
Why is he so pissy?
I do like the way you asked that question about Roslovic, because I think you just keep him hungry. Like he's just a guy that.
If he's a guy who goes away for 6 weeks, let's see the whole thing through here.
You're watching it kind of with Max Domi in Toronto, where he had an awesome because they signed him to a 1-year. No, they signed him to a 1-year deal. And in that 1-year deal, that was his best year he had as a Leaf. He was good in the playoffs. He was hungry.
Yeah, he gave him.
And then you give him that long-term deal.
Sandpaper.
And you're just kind of like, maybe a little bit of comfort. It's like, it's the longest contract you ever have. You just got to be careful with Roslovic in terms of giving him a contract.
But I do think with Roslovic, if he looked around the league and said, how do I make the most money in my NHL career? The answer would have been sign a 1-year deal to play with Leon Draisaitl.
Absolutely.
And after that, I'll be in a nice position.
Skate fast, go to the net with my puck on my stick on the ice.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you are another team who bring him in, like, I don't think you should expect to get what he gets near Leon. So you got to be careful.
I mean, Spec threw out in a perfect world for him, he scores 25, 30. There's virtually hardly any impactful UFAs.
He might be the top guy.
He could put himself in a position, and I'm like, off the top of my head, I'm like, he ain't making 7.5 sheets next year. And I'm like,
you're 4x4.
if he scores 25 or 30 and looks pretty good again, with Leon, he might not be that far off.
They make a deep run in the playoffs again. He's scoring big playoff goals. Everybody's like, look at this guy.
No. But
top free agent.
To Spec's point, now bye-bye, can't go there. Edmonton can't go there.
Yeah. You think they're too capped out to do what they need to do to make McDavid
The Edmonton Oilers,
get him what he thought he was getting?
The Edmonton Oilers, like the last few years, much like the Toronto Maple Leafs, have real limited assets. They're up against the cap, and there's other teams that can outbid you with prospects and draft picks. Mm-hmm. They are up against it. Them and the Leafs are up against it.
Yeah. There's no doubt that's a reality for those teams. It's funny. I can feel the league shifting. The teams that rebuilt over the past few years are coming into it right as the cap is going up with their young guys. For years, if you were good, you had to get rid of your best players. That's been the case. Your excess goodness had to go somewhere else. These teams that are just getting good now are going to be able to stay good. They're signing all their own guys. They're not trading Coleman and Gord and everything Tampa Bay had to get rid of. This might be a really bad time for the Oilers, for the Leafs, to have been good.
Vancouver.
For Vancouver, now going the wrong way at the wrong time.
It's not I hate to say it, but it's not trending well for Canadian teams in the next few years. It's to your point.
You're right.
The timing and the window is not shaping up that well.
There's work to be done.
Right? And windows do close.
I don't think it's a light switch, though.
No,
I
agree with that. Although
smaller.
for Leaf fans, it may feel like it.
Leafs fans are going to be diving through the last
They're like
minute.
me in the winter. They'll have it open just a little crack.
Do you do that?
Once in a while, yeah.
A little fresh air?
But
Just a little fresh air.
all of a sudden, because to your point with the bottom feeders now stepping up, we're seeing it where there won't be one or two teams that are out of it by November either, December.
Everyone's in it.
Everybody's in it.
And can
Like
sell their
the
fans.
Ducks, Hawks, and Kraken are all in the playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
Like you never would have.
Even like Columbus, like you're not there. I saw Boone Jenner on a trade board today, and it's like they're gonna try to make playoffs, man.
Yeah.
You know,
So
that's
how many teams? Okay, what are we? November what? 19th? How many teams can go? We're done.
but here's something for you.
2.
There's a massive reward
3.
for being the team to do it.
Nashville.
No, there's 4.
Calgary.
Calgary,
Nashville.
St. Louis,
Yeah.
and Buffalo.
Buffalo's not
No,
out.
not Buffalo, my friend.
Buffalo's not out at all.
No,
They're
not
5 points out of
Buffalo.
playoffs.
No,
We got
3. 3.
They should definitely try to get. They should
I'll-
try to
I'll
be good
give you
for sure
after-
in a generational draft. Definitely try to be good.
After
This is
with
the
you,
year.
They should. But this thing, if a team says we're going to be sellers, we're not good enough to win a cup right now. There's so few sellers, you would have a massive demand. So
Boy,
many teams to sell
Guys
to.
like
So
Bobby
who's-
McMahon and Nick Robertson.
who's
both would
coming
be-
out, who's
Bobby
coming
McMahon
out of the
fetch you
gate
a
first?
haul.
What would the Oilers give you for Joseph Wall? Boy, they'd really knock.
Who's
on your
coming
door. Oh, did I say that out loud? Go
Who's
ahead.
coming out of the gate first
What do you mean?
Nashville.
with the for sale sign?
Nashville.
Oh.
Nashville.
No, St. Louis.
You think they're ready to do it?
But he was this close last year.
Yeah, and then they got stupid hot after the Four Nations. They were the best team in the league.
And I watched them last night, and I'm like,
Awful.
Bad team.
okay, you said Dom's slow chart
Yeah.
had the Leafs
Yeah.
down. I want to see St. Louis's.
Yeah. Kyrou
You know,
alone might
I don't
ruin
know
that.
if Dom's slow chart
Right?
is the
The
best
official
name for
branding.
that. That's a
But
great-
Braden Shen, we heard his name throughout the trade board
Last year.
February, March. He led mine. Then the decision to hold on to all these assets and then come so close. And I'm a big Jim Montgomery. I liked him a lot. I thought he was going to come in and continue with what we saw in the first round, how they challenged Winnipeg.
mean, they all but beat Winnipeg.
They all but beat them.
I consider it a win. They just
What was it?
they both
1.3.
won.
Velarde scored with.
I'll be the first one to say I got duped.
Listen, you took a bit of a
Roster's not
shot.
that bad.
Took a bit of a shot. What can you do? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
That would be interesting.
Totally.
Is Parayko
Totally.
out there?
I'll
then?
take
Guess what?
the hit on that.
Oh yeah, everybody else. Oh, who they picked? The Oilers. Oh, what
Yeah.
a pick!
Yeah.
Florida. Oh yeah, Dallas again. Yeah.
I think Florida.
Yeah. I'll take the internet hits on that one.
Whatever.
But so you mentioned the goalies. Well, I'll do game time after this, but I just asked, do you think they'd trade Bennington to the Oilers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually think that will happen.
Yeah.
But like,
He's been bad,
very bad,
real bad.
And I wouldn't say he was particularly. He wasn't awful last night.
Boys.
But the ones that went in were not
Winner.
pretty.
Winnington.
Competitive.
Oh, buddy, all right.
Right.
Listen, you don't have to convince me on Jordan Bennington. I want him starting game 1 of the Olympics.
But who
That's what I'm
hides Ovi's 900 goal puck? Who does that?
A competitor.
A sore loser.
I'm telling you.
Love a sore loser.
According to somebody maybe on this panel said he maybe even kept it. Had a
Oh,
different
I
one.
love this theory. That's my favorite theory.
But
Is that
listen,
Bennington had
if-
two
if
pucks in
I'm,
the pants, and he kept
If
the real one.
if I'm thinking about spending big bucks on that puck, I'm sorry, but
I need
once
to
it
know
when it
what
once it
Binner's
got hidden
selling.
in his pants,
Yeah.
knowing that another one could be there, I don't have much proof that that's the actual puck now.
Wild move. I want
Game
that to
time.
be true.
It's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app's latest odds and see why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. It's 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. So we were talking about the sort of the bubble teams that are in and out of the playoffs. How about to make the playoffs odds?
Okay.
As you would imagine, the top of the Colorado, Carolina, Vegas, Dallas, they're all huge numbers. But you get down more to the mushy middle. The Leafs,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Minus 110.
to make the playoffs,
Yeah.
they're minus 105 to make the playoffs.
Ooh, almost nailed it.
The Montreal Canadiens, minus 135 to make the playoffs. This one's interesting to me. The Washington Capitals, minus 140 to make the playoffs.
But they're struggling.
They
That's
are
what I mean.
struggling for a team that had so much upside last year.
How about their special teams this year? What an absolute disaster they are. Let's see, 72.9% on the PK, 14% on the power play.
And
Not good.
this number, I mean, I guess they're not quite in a playoff spot, but this number surprised me that the Mammoth are minus 200 to make the playoffs. That 365 likes the Mammoth
No.
at that number. So
no.
sounds interesting to me.
Yep.
They believe in the Oilers still, minus 550 to make the playoffs. So
Minus 550.
they're still believing in some of those and some of the plus numbers of teams that are in the playoffs right now. I believe your New York Islanders are holding the first wild card spot. They are plus, where I just had it in front of me here. They are plus 140 to make the playoffs.
Curious to see what the Islanders do because they didn't intend this to be a year they really were great. Like Anders Lee's a free agent.
Mhm.
He could be someone they could move. Like, are they treating this as a year, or are they going to be one of the teams to
Anyways,
Schaefer Magic has everyone all fired?
if you want the Blackhawks to make the playoffs, they're 5-1, and the Predators, you can get them at 9-1 to make the playoffs if you want. Anyways, that was game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. It's 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we return, plenty more on the Real Kyper and Bourne show, including Patrick Waugh had choice words for Rantanen, who took a big run at one of your New York Islanders last night.
Waugh rules, man.
We'll get thoughts from Patrick Waugh last night, plus off-ice injuries. What is going on? Another one goes down in a bizarre accident.
These guys eat Bobby Flay. What's
We
going
are,
on?
we are getting into that big time when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. A reminder, Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. I had about 5 people in the last 10 days, strangers, say to me, Sammy.
It's become your catchphrase somehow.
I'm telling you, now I'm hooked. Again on it. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've said it a lot more now.
Yeah, you're back in.
And it's like,
Cowabunga, dude.
Walking up the stairs after Game 7 of the ALCS at Rogers Center, some guy
After Game 7?
Like
Of the ALCS.
at the ALCS.
Okay.
Cloud 9. And some guy from the top of the thing was like, how about that? Summer! And did like the best impression. And I was like, that was a good impression, man.
Hey, tell them to mail it in. I could use a break.
Yeah, nailed it.
The NHL Department of Safety has decided not to suspend Mikko Rantanen on his hit the other night on Romanov.
Yeah.
Romanov or Romanov?
I think Romanov.
That works for me.
Either sounds good.
Yeah, and Patrick Roy was very vocal, which I have no problem with at all. Like, that's
Our
your
league
job.
needs it.
No, forget about the league. That's his job. You're supposed to protect the players, your players.
Yeah.
You want them to know you have their backs, even though he was wrong.
He was wrong.
What?
Look at him. Look at him barreling up the full rink recklessly.
I'm with the league. It's not suspendable because, first of all, he's not that player.
Yeah.
And second of all, he did get a nudge. If I'm not mistaken, it was Mayfield. And I don't know if anybody's ever driven on a highway and got clipped in the back a little bit and what it can do to you.
He
And
executes a hockey stop after the
that's
contact.
it. That's it.
They just stop here. He's in full control. So my thing is this, Kip. We don't ever want anyone in our league putting their hands on someone this far from the boards at that distance. And he is coming up that rink 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is fine.
Yes.
He's allowed to be in hot pursuit.
Yeah.
But you're on the hook for what happens there if there's a speed wall.
You are if you have nothing else influencing you. And Mayfield bumped him.
Now guys can use that as an excuse,
Yes.
going in at
Yeah,
someone's numbers, be
absolutely.
like, oh, I got grazed
Yes.
by a guy, so I
Yep.
plowed him from behind.
Yeah, you can use that as an excuse.
No.
You get clipped from behind and you shift your weight.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, whatever was going through my mind is now completely out of my control because you nudged me and threw off my balance. Yeah, there's a chance that something bad could happen.
You use the car example. First off, one thing that doesn't matter is he's not that kind of player. It's like if you get into a car accident while you're driving recklessly, you're still on the hook for the incident.
There was nothing reckless about what he did up until he got bumped by Mayfield.
He's into the recklessness is putting your hands on a guy in the middle of his back that distance from the
He's
boards.
also protecting himself from crashing in the boards.
No, to me, this is the perfect spot for the league to say, we don't need guys breaking their necks. You're not allowed to just oopsie into a guy's back in these spots. We're going to protect it. Doesn't matter if you're Mikko Rantanen.
You don't live in Long Island anymore. You don't have to do this.
Let's do two clips. Let's start with, what do you want to start with, Goaltending or Waugh?
Oh, Patrick Waugh.
All right, we'll start
Hold on,
with
Skip, but we're not going to have Waugh saying the thing I want him to say, which is on the hot mic, what he said.
Oh, he said, I was looking at it. I think he said, you're not going to finish that game, referencing the two they play next
when
time.
you go to New York, when they see you next, you're not going to finish that game. And
Ooh.
Long Island fans are,
I mean,
that's a
Patrick
spicy
Waugh
meatball.
rocks. He's a fiery guy.
No problem. Love it.
He might,
Love it.
like, I wonder if the league would not like that. Let's say something were to happen.
There's no question now that puts them on high alert.
Bettman will be in the building.
But there's also a part of them that
Goes, yeah.
thinks
They're going to sell that game out.
the Leafs aren't the only vanilla team out there. We could use some flavor.
A little spice out there.
So we'll start with Waugh, his
Yes.
post-game comments.
Sure.
That's clip one, Patrick Waugh there.
I hope he's going to be okay. At this moment, I don't know what's exactly what it is, but all I'm going to say is when you see the number, you have to lay off. You know, everybody knows that. I mean, you don't go through the guy. I mean, you know, and I'm proud of the way that our guys handle it afterwards. You know, no one was happy to see someone get hurt like this, and like I said, to me is disrespectful for our guys.
Is that sort of what you were saying to Mikko as he skated by?
Yeah. It was in Colorado when he was drafted there, and it's not his style. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, that should not be part of our game. That should not be part of our game.
Yeah, listen, he's not wrong on any of it except that he's not factoring in
Well, listen to
Mayfield.
Let's play the Gollison clip, and then we can move on from that.
I have a different take on it. Everybody's going to have their own take, but if you watch the play, I think it's Mayfield, the defenseman, actually holds up Rance, and they actually clip skates, so Rance is off balance going in there too. And I don't know, if you played the game and you're off balance heading in, you usually put your hands out. And I've seen Rance play enough over the last 10 years that it's just one of those hockey plays that happen. I hope Romanoff is okay. Looks like he went in flat, but I'm just hoping he's okay. But yeah, well, Rance clips skates being held up there, so it's a dangerous play for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, don't skate in 1,000 miles an hour to guy's number.
Nick Gulletson over here.
My new out as a player is getting touched on the way in to hit someone.
I hate to admit that I agree with Kyper, but I agree with Kyper.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it was. I think without the tangle up, it's a 3-game suspension. But I thought the way that they got tangled up, and Mason, you could have given him a game. You easily could have given him a game.
You are on the hook for your hockey stick, whether you're bumped or you're in traffic or you're whatever. You hit someone's face. Doesn't matter if you meant to or not, or what your intent was. You need to control it. Same with your body.
Yeah,
you need to be in control of your body when you race into a spot like that.
Good point. They definitely could have given him a courtesy game. A courtesy game.
I think if Romanov was hurt, they might have. But I think he's okay.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
But you're right. Putting your hands on a guy right near that boards like that is never really ends up well.
Okay. Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers, battling the injuries like most teams in the NHL. We hear Luosterainen out after a barbecue mishap. Now,
great name for a band.
My only
barbecue mishap.
My only question is Luosterainen available for our segment on Tuesday, Heat the Grill with
By the way,
Steve Valiquette?
This is one of the advantages of playing in Canada. You won't be barbecuing in late November.
That's true.
Don't worry about it. It's only if you play in Florida that this is a concern.
Although I do love going out to the grill when it's a little cold, flip-flops on, going out there like I'm really Canadian.
So someone gave us a hard time about laughing about the Jack Hughes thing.
Well,
we did get in trouble for that?
Well, just one random Twitter person was like, it's not funny. It's a serious thing.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Luosterainen also going to be okay.
He didn't cut his hand at a rookie dinner.
Well, and it wasn't like, was the NFL player
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Blew his hand off with the fireworks.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Life altering.
Yeah.
They're going to stitch him up and he'll get back in 2 months.
You watch those 24/7s or whatever that was, the Amazon series, and the electricity of Jack Eichel getting somebody coming in and cooking for him. It's like maybe it was a cautionary tale that we had to sit there and watch those guys eat lunch as a documentary. Maybe Luosterainen should get
flipping a steak with his bare mitts.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
Do you know what happened?
Well, no, but come on, it was a rookie dinner if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was a grill. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Hughes?
Oh, I thought we were talking Jack. Sorry.
No.
I don't know. Luosterainen was at home, wasn't it?
Yeah, I presume. I know nothing about happening.
I don't know. Wasn't there didn't Cody Ceci in Ottawa suffer something with burns too?
I guess what the thing is, it's like
I think it was a fire pit.
A steak and a
I think
blowtorch.
someone else was involved, unfortunately, and that was a serious incident too as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Okay.
It was really bad where someone suffered really bad burns.
Yeah. No, obviously those are life altering events. And that's not anything that's worth a chuckle.
No,
These
and
guys are gonna be okay.
we do take seriously, the health of people for sure.
Yeah.
And we hope everybody's okay.
Okay.
Eventually.
Okay.
Does that make your Twitter person feel better?
We don't need to do that.
Hire somebody to cook your steak. You make $4.5 million.
Buddy, I'm very sensitive.
You are a sensitive soul.
That's what they always say about
and
you.
he's quietly really good.
I mean, they
Luosterainen.
got some work to do.
I mean, we're talking about the Leafs being shorthanded. Florida.
But what is going on with all, Charlie McAvoy had facial surgery.
Yeah, that's brutal.
We don't know how long he's going to be out, but
that was a bad one.
That was really bad.
Yeah. The slow motion.
So we hope for a full recovery for Charlie as well.
You see, someone had tweeted to the effect of like the Jack Hughes thing, like, what is the Prudential Center built on an ancient burial ground? And it 100% is. Apparently, they found, like, from 150 years ago, actual remains. Like, it's a haunted building, is my point. So,
whoa, I didn't know that.
Hopefully, the New Jersey Devils aren't cursed forever.
I mean, their name's the Devils.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a sign last night? New Jersey losing to Tampa, like convincingly, 5-1.
Tampa, the first team in the Atlantic to pull above the goal differential of 0. They got ahead out of it last night.
They kind of look like the old, really good kind of Stanley Cup team.
Yeah. When did they start the year? 1-5-2. Now they're 10-7-2.
Which is good for the Atlantic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Here, we haven't talked about the Olympics yet, so we have.
What's the latest?
I just watching Gensel last night. I'm like, oh, that guy scares me.
Oh, he's so good.
And
good news is, not going to be any ice to play on.
Right, we want to go.
Yeah.
Right, but he was really good in the Four Nations, and he's a gamer, and he's really good in big games, and he's feisty, and he's just scores big goals. That guy scares me.
Yeah,
Gensel's a really good player.
So you shared the update that the NHL has sent their people. There's no plan B for the Milan building.
Awesome.
And right now it looks encouraging.
That's not to say that they can't come up with one.
Well, that's right. Yeah, there would have to be a plan B. But, yeah, the rink is still not progressing super fast. Interesting article I read today. Gavin McKenna's assured number 1 spot. People are questioning this guy's...
Apparently it's really, it's a lot of good players available.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, I think. And also, McKenna... It sounds like, I love the expression, you got to have a B game. Like if you're not scoring or whatever, this guy is an elite offensive producer, but he's not huge. And, work ethic here and there had been a problem in the past, but the numbers were so big it doesn't matter. Playing against older men in college, he's not quite the same producer.
Yeah.
So, it'd be hard to have 129 points in 59 games like he did. No, I don't know. I hope that as a junior hockey guy, the beloved OHL, CHL, that this is just cautionary tale. Like the money's great, I understand that, but I would say, the junior hockey route is still, you get to play more. You're not playing against 23-year-olds. It's more maybe develop. Like he's struggling. He's
but I think that's good for an elite player to be put into the gifted class here and be forced to learn.
This is not to say that he can't come in and maybe even be as impactful as Celebrini, but same thing with us now. We the tendency is to overhype because we have the ability to. Everybody's got a platform and everybody piles on. But, I look at Trevor Zegras and the hype on him coming out of the World Junior Championships with the U.S.
I mean, he's not McKenna.
But he was touted. They put him on the cover of EA Sports, man. They built him up.
What was his outfit like on that?
Okay. It wasn't $60,000. And, it's taking them time to get it.
Yeah.
But they're still here years later. And it's like,
some guys don't want to get it.
We can just get them to work harder in practice. That'd be a good start.
Oh, quickly, before we go, my dad texted me because we were talking about Johnny Bauer and Eddie Shack. And here's the proof.
What a scrub.
Yeah.
Hairbrush.
Buddy, I was a kid. I just started.
Pork chop?
I was just starting. I was wearing a collared shirt. Look how good I look.
You look like you could tread water in a test tube.
Haven't aged a day, boys.
Were you about $140 in that picture?
I tops. There you go. Me and two Leafs legends. Love it.
Our thanks to Mark Spector from Sportsnet.ca.
Watch the Oilers broadcast. Capitals game. I'm on that. That's coming up in half an hour.
Tonight?
I am. Yep.
Attaboy.
Heading over there right now.
All right. 4 games on tap tonight. A little quiet. Pick your game. And we're right back here tomorrow on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. If you get a chance, give us a rating and review. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great night, everybody.